Hi everyone. Today in this video we're going to discuss triggers in vMix. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what are triggers? Well, triggers are used in vMix to activate certain functions from an input automatically. So for a quick example, I could set up a trigger on an input to automatically display a certain overlay when I transition into that video. So it's just another great way of automating your vMix production. Alright, now that we've started talking about triggers, I should probably show you how to set them up. So what you need to do is go to the settings section of the individual input that you want the trigger to occur on. So we need to select the settings and then we'll need to go to the triggers section. So when you open it up, it looks like this on the settings and we need to go to the triggers section. If you had any triggers set up, it would appear in this window here. But because we don't, we should probably set one up. Alright, so we need to work out, well, what do we want the trigger to do? What sort of function do we want it to perform? So we have a list from the trigger drop-down menu of 8 different things that it can do. So on the completion of the video, it can do something. When it transitions in, transitions out. We also have audio meters. When it hits a certain audio, it will do a certain function. So what I want to do is I want to make this training title here appear when I when I transition to this video. So that's what we're going to set up now. Alright, so we need to go from this trigger menu, go to the transition in. So that means when we transition into this Shibuya video, then it will perform this function here. So what we want to do, we could select any function from the vMix menu, function menu. This is the same as in the shortcut, so you can set up to do anything. But what we want it to do is to overlay our first overlay channel. And then we need to select from the input drop-down the training title. So as a quick recap, on transition in of this video, it's going to overlay input 1 channel, the training title. Then we need to select the delay. So let's make it 2.5 seconds. So after the video transitions in, it'll wait 2.5 seconds and then it will display our title. We can't select the duration here because that duration is actually taken from the overlay channel 1. So whatever we've set as the overlay channel 1, that's the duration it will use. So then we'll click add. And so we'll try that out. We'll click the X button up here. So on the transition into this video, it will overlay this training title in the first position and it will take 2.5 seconds. So let's see if it works. So we've transitioned in and then after 2.5 seconds, our title appears. So that's a really easy way to set up like titling for people that might be out in the field. You switch to a camera and then you always want their title to appear after a certain amount of time and then fade away. So that's a quick way to do that to help automate the process. Alright, so let's try another one. So we'll go to the settings section again, we'll go to triggers. So now as you can see, the trigger appears here. Alright, so for the next one, let's go with on completion. So on completion of our video, let's make it do something. Alright, so let's make it, let's fade it to a different video. So let's go for these bouncy ball videos and let's make it, we'll make the delay 0 so it happens straight away. And then the fade will take half a second, so that's fine. So we'll click add. And let's try it out. So we'll go back here a bit and we'll let this video play. So when this completes, it should fade to this bouncy balls video based on the trigger that we set up. So we'll just wait for that to happen. So there we go. So now we have 2 triggers set up on that video. One, when we transition into it, it brings up this title here. And then when it fades out, when it completes the video, then it will fade to a different video. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the trigger settings. And so we've got these 2 set up here. If we want to edit one, what you need to do is you need to select it. And then you need to go to the, down here you can change whatever you want it to do. So it's got it listed let's say, for example, we wanted to change it to a different input or something, we can change that to waterfalls. Once we've completed that, you can either click Add to make it a completely new one, like so, or we can change it and we can click Edit, and that will edit the individual one. So, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Let's change it back. So if I change it, select water balloon, and then I just need to click Edit. So there you go. So in order to edit an individual one, select it, make the change, and then click Edit, and it will change it here. Or if you wanted to add it, you can make a change here and then click Add, and it will add it to the list. So you can add all these different types of you wouldn't do it this way because it's always on completion. It's trying to do 3 different things, but if you want to delete them, you just select it and then you just go delete, select, and then delete. All right, so that's how you can set up an input like a transition in, and then on completion, automatically when you use that particular input. So we use this for like the Fun Time live show. When we finish our intro video, it automatically cuts to our main camera, and then it will display our titles. So we don't have to worry about queuing up any of that stuff ourselves by pressing any buttons. We can do it automatically through triggers, and just makes the whole process a lot easier. All right, now one last thing I'm going to show you how to do is the audio feature here. So there is an audio plugin that someone has produced that allows you to switch cameras easily from vMix, and this is kind of just a basic version of that kind of. All right, so we're going to close this down, and we're going to go to my audio microphone that I have here that I'm talking through right now. All right, so we're going to go to the same area. We'll go to the triggers section, and then down the bottom here, we're going to select a different decibel level. So when it hits that decibel level, it's going to perform the function. So let's just do something simple, like let's fade it to, let's make it look a little bit more obvious. Let's go with a slide or a wipe, that'll do, to this video, this beach video here. So when it hits this decibel level, it's going to wipe to the beach video. So let's try it out. Hello. So there you go. Once it hit that level, then it went and performed that function. So we'll try it again. Whoops, wrong button. Hello. Hello. So there you go. Once it had to hit that certain level, and then it's performed that function. So yeah, that's a quick setup guide on how to do triggers in vMix. As you can see, you can go to any one of them and set up different triggers for that particular input, camera, for videos, whatever you like to do. Have a play around with it, see what you can work out. You may be able to automate your entire production using triggers and also shortcuts. If you haven't checked out the shortcuts video, check that out from the vMix training, and that will show you how to shortcut or hotkey any keyboard, MIDI, Xbox controller that you want to do for your production. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Bye.